Hi everybody, it's Tommy Jo from Bird Street Studio, and I thought I would come on and just show you I'm working on some of these little snippets. I've seen other makers make these and I thought it was so cool, and I'm using my cardstock scraps, and look at the pile I have. I mean, literally, it is huge, 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 huge. And so I thought, well, while I'm doing this, I would go ahead and turn the camera on and share it with you. I'm sure you've seen other people do it, but there are a few little twists that I have. So I want to get my ink out. For me to do this, I need my Distress ink, vintage photo. I need the tea-dyed Distress ink. I need some sort of a black. Now I'm going to show you the difference between using my archival black and my Memento Tuxedo black. This is the Memento Tuxedo black, and this is the archival black. One looks very gray and aged, and one looks, I don't know, fairly new and dark. And I'm kind of thinking that I really like the grayed one better, but I would like to have a variety. So the other thing I wanted to show you too, being that I'm using my scraps, is I had a piece of scrap paper, and I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but this piece has got some sort of a sparkly something on it. I don't know if you can see it, but anyways, it's like glittered print. And I went ahead and used that scrap to stamp on. Also, this is a green, I think this paper is called a royal fiber. It's fern green or something, and it was a scrap I had, and it really changes the color of your piece. So anyways, I just wanted to show you some of the differences that I'm using, because I'm just using scraps. And I went ahead and tried, I had a butterfly stamped. This is a Tim Holtz stamp, and I'll show it to you in a minute. But I had scraps that were they were colored stripes. And I thought, oh my gosh, how cool is that? I'll just stamp on that as well. So this is literally me using scrap cardstock, okay, to make these little pieces, elements. So I need to get, let's see, so I've got my distress tool here. I should have black in case I want to use black. I am using a sander as well, and I'm using my distress brush. Okay, so what I want to do is go ahead and get my stamps out. So I'm using this Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz collection Curator CMS 493. That's what makes these little things here. And then if you have other stamps, let me show you, like this one here is Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz Tidbits CMS 488. I'm using that one. And then I used Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz 396. Now it looks like I've got all kinds of Tim Holtz stamps, but that's just because in the last few months, as my allowance allows, I've been trying to pick up some. And I also use this Flutter CMS 294. So that's what we're going to be using today. I do have some Globeland stamps, and those will work as well. I mean, any stamps that you want. So basically, I've got scraps. I'm just going to pull out a whole bunch of kind of scraps. And let's see, we could do pink, right? We could do cream. Oh, look at all these. I've got a bazillion of these. These would be good to work on. We could do white, but I'd rather stay with the cream for now. Let me see if I have anything that's different. This is a little, oh, this has some musical notes and something on the back, so we might be able to do something with that. Maybe a butterfly or something. Here's a green. Those are too skinny. I want to make sure that they're at least about an inch wide. That's kind of different because this is a brown. I'm going to save that because that's a long piece I could use. We've got some pink. Just have a lot of cream in here. Let me see what else. This I could use as an edging, so I don't necessarily want to grab that. I mean, I have got so many scraps. Oh, that could be kind of different, huh? What's this? This one is something like, it looks like I printed something and it wasn't very clear, so let's use that. And let's maybe use that. So funny, there's a green. I could use that one. Oh, that would be kind of cool, piece of ledger. Okay, so I mean, literally, I have got an abundance. I could sit here and watch videos and get inspired with other projects and do this all day. I have so many scraps. So let me put these scraps away and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got all of those put in the bag. Boy, that took me a while because there's so many different sizes and that. Anyways, so I thought I would just start with these small ones. And you can kind of see which ones I've already used a lot of, but it's going to depend on the size of the strip. So I'm thinking something like this that has writing on it. I may want to use the darker black. So I'll go ahead and get my archival ink out as well. But let's try this. So because this already has writing on it, let's try something that has got a little bit more of a solid design. And when I was stamping these before, I was doing 2 on a page. That this has text, and I'm thinking that I want to do it maybe like this. So I don't know. Let's just try it. So I'm going to go ahead and ink it up. And because I put it on this acrylic upside down, I'm going to turn my paper upside down. Okay, and I'm going to just go ahead and stamp on here. And this is using the black because I'm thinking with that text you'd need something very dark. We'll see. Oh, I love it. Okay, I'm going to do a few more. Maybe I'll do 2 of this one. I'll turn it sideways so I can see better what I'm doing here. And then oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, I need a stamp off sheet. Where's my stamp off sheet? Just a minute. Okay. And I want a baby wipe. Okay, let's try maybe, I don't think we want to go much bigger, but these are pretty big. This one might be okay. Let's pick something a little, maybe like this one. I don't know how the, you know, you just kind of know. See, this has text, so I'm not sure that that text would show up. So let's pick maybe something like, what is this one? That's got a frame, but the text on it is very light. So how about if we go with one of these circle ones? That might be kind of interesting, huh? And then let's pick one more. And we could do them side by side, right? Like this. I don't know. We'll do them this way with the text going the opposite direction and just see what happens. One of them has very, very light text, so we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Oh, not bad. That one looks pretty good. So I'm going to take this other one off and do one more of this circle one. Perfect. Stamp off. Let's clean those off a little. Okay, and then it looks like we have a little tiny space there. I wonder if this one, or how about this one, this number? I don't know. Just says 346. Maybe I'll do this one sideways. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Okay, so let me show you, now that we have one strip done, I'm going to go ahead and show you the whole process. And then I'll do a few more and maybe kind of fast forward it a little bit. So then well, you know what? Before I do that, let me do one more on the plain. So, because that way you'll really see the process more. So let's do one on the plain. So let's get a couple of these bigger ones again. And I'll show you, I was able to get like 2 on the acrylic. I just want them to be fairly straight. And you can do any different color inks. I just started doing these and I kind of like these. So this is the dark black. And maybe I'll do a couple in the Memento to show you the difference. I kind of just really like that grayish color more. Kind of like the stamp offs. Okay. So let's do a couple with the Memento and we'll see the difference. And I usually try to hold them onto my paper or my cardstock for about 5 seconds so that the ink can get absorbed into the paper. Oh yeah, see, I just love that. I don't know why, I just am way more enamored by that. Okay, I'm going to do one small one on the end so we don't waste that paper, like I don't have enough paper. Let's pick something small, like this one maybe. Maybe. Type slide, it says. Oh, my nail just really dug into that. I need to do my nails. I apologize. It took me almost a whole year to get them healed from that gel polish at my niece's wedding and to get them grown out. So I just been putting clear, like hard as nails on them to try to get them long. And then the other day I was going to polish them and that one broke. So I need to do them. Oh, I like it. Okay, so now that we have one that's already done on the plain paper, I'll go ahead and show you my process, what I did. And I'm sure that there's a lot of variations for this process. Okay, I need to find my glue book buried in my cardstock. Okay, so on here, what I did was I took my tea dye distress ink and I just went over this up and down a few times to try to kind of make it aged looking. And it really honestly works best if you go across it once or twice and then go back. Don't try to do the same label constantly. Kind of, you want that ink to dry so that you can go over it. And it won't get real dark. The tea dye just kind of ages it just a hair. Seems to make more of a difference on the Memento Tuxedo Black. But let me show you the difference in the paper now. So this is what we started with, and now you can see how it's kind of aged. Let me hold that up to see if you can see the difference. You know, it's just aged a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one as well, which we don't really need to age because it's already pretty dark. But let's go over it. Okay, so the next thing is we want to go ahead and cut these out. And I just use my Cuttlebug scissors. And you have to, at this point is when you have to decide how much of a border if you want on it, if you want any border. So when you cut it out, you can leave a border or not. I tend to leave a border on things. I don't know why, just my preference. But how big of a border, that's up to you. Some I make larger and some I make smaller. It depends what kind of a mood I'm in. So how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. I am doing very well. I've got some really good inspirations and ideas for videos now. I was kind of in a slump there for a while. But I have been busy. You can see right here, I got a new shirt for work. And when they give me, I mean, I'm old as dirt. And my uniform for work is a t-shirt. So, needless to say, I come home and alter them when they give me a new shirt. So that's what I was doing. I was taking the shoulders up. I have to get an oversized shirt because of my bust size. But therefore, I swim in it. So I'm not sure if I'm crazy over this one, but we'll continue on. But anyway, so then I have to, because you get the oversized shirt, I have to take the shoulders way up. You know, I take the sleeves off, cut the shoulders up. Then I have to redo the sleeves. And then because you buy an oversized shirt, it's terrifically long. And So you have to do the hem as well. It's just a lot of altering. And the funny part about that is I don't work very often. If you've been with me a while, you know I don't work very often. I don't know if I could use my round, if I put these too close together to use this round cutter. Let me see. Ooh, this one will work. Okay, probably not that one, but we could probably get 2 of these. Oh, look what's on the back of that, some gold leaves. And this piece of paper is pretty small, so I'm going to trim this because I think that's way too much paper there. Anyways, if you've been with me for a little while, you know I'm just like a fill-in. Once I had my hip surgery, I didn't really want to go back and work that many hours. So I told them I would be happy to just, you know, kind of be on call. So that's what they do. They don't even put me on the schedule. They just, if they have a call out or somebody goes on vacation, he'll message me and ask me if I can cover for a specific time, day or time, or, you know, if they go on vacation, it would be more than one day. And I love it because I don't have to, I'm not, you know, I don't have to commit to certain hours. But it allows me to pick up just a few hours where you get out of the house. When you're retired, that's one of the biggest problems, is that you don't go out and mingle and meet people and talk and whatever. So it really allows me that. And I love that. Okay, so we're going to go with these cut out. The next step is to go ahead and ink the edges. And sometimes I will, this is a sander. I will kind of sand the edges a little bit. And I got that with, is it Crafty with Tony? She does that to all her little elements. And it really helps. It helps the distress. Look at how dark that goes on when you sand the edge. I love it. So if you don't like it dark, I'll do one that's not real dark. But there is quite a bit of difference to me, and I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and sometimes she will distress and then sand and then not distress over the sanding. Try a couple of these round ones. These are great for snippets. They are great for, you know, just adding elements to your journaling cards, your tags. You want to make little clusters, anything. They're wonderful. Page edges, if you make page tabs, you can do a little cluster and make page tabs. But the good thing is to do them in advance. Now I'll show you a little something too. What Tony does is she will kind of crease it and distress like on her folds a little bit. Wait till you see how the difference that makes. Look at that. Am I in camera? Yeah. Look at the difference that the folds make when you distress. It's pretty cool. It really ages it a lot. Okay. I definitely want this one to be darker just because the nature of this darker ink. And then sometimes I will just take my vintage photo that I'm edging it with and just add a little extra to like a corner or something. Okay, so it just changes it a little, makes it a little darker right there. I mean, you can really change these by just how you distress them. And the cool part is, and I haven't done them yet, I'm thinking of doing these, only distressing them in green and red for Christmas. So if you make clusters, you can add these, but they would match your, you know, your Christmas elements, ephemera, better. I really like to just add a little bit of darkness in there. Just my thing. Let's go ahead and fold that one a little. Okay, so we got these. So what I'm going to do is, let me show you how the butterfly ones come out, which is kind of cool. Let me pull that stamp. Okay, and let's pull, like we saw this one, so we can get a butterfly out of that one. What if we do maybe this one? That's what I'm thinking. Now, what did I do with my acrylic? There it is. Okay. And for this, I want to use the darker black because I want that to show up really dark. So I'm going to use my archival black ink up here. Can you see? By my camera. Oh, that's coming out dark. We like that. These designs that are very intricate, sometimes they come out I don't know if I could get two on here or not. Let's try one here. Anyways, any of these designs that have like real intricate lines, you want to make sure that you got a lot of ink on there, because sometimes the lines don't show up. Love it. Do we think we could get another one on here? Maybe if we tilt it. Yes, and we're going to just cut the antennae off anyway, so maybe we could. Oh, there's a smaller one right here. So we could use that. Let's try the smaller one. This one right here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, let's try. This one actually looks like a moth to me. A couple look like moths and a couple look like butterflies. But that's okay. See, get it nice and black. Let's see if we can put that like right. Oh, we want to go right side up anyways. I also have, we have this paper. Let's try something on there. I mean, I could use both sides, but it might be cool to have something like that in the background. I don't know. Oh, I love it. Okay, let's try this one as well. Let's try this way. I'm going to try it down here because I'm thinking I might want to put a butterfly up here and do it right side up. Oh, I love it. Okay. Okay, let's try a butterfly up there and see. Ooh, look at this long one. That might be kind of cool, huh? Well, let's try her. Yeah, it won't fit there. Might fit here though. I think I'm going to try it that way, and then we can get another butterfly up here. Yes, let's do that. Like I'm acting like I'm like short on paper. Oh my heck. I have so much cardstock scraps. Well, this one's kind of hard to get the ink on there because it's so long. And I want it dark. Well, let's see how that turned out. Anyways, it's gorgeous today. And so I think that after this video, oh, I love it. After this, I've got to make more of those. After this video, I might take the puppies in the pool for a short time. We'll see. Okay, let's do this one. That's different. I haven't used it. Yep, I think I'm going to do this one. And don't get ink on your fingernails. That's when I have to go in and file my nails because I get ink on the very end, so I have to go in and file the ink off. I need to cut them a little shorter, but I got so excited that they finally, you know, took flight. It's like, yes, it was so many months that they were just destroyed. That I really, like, once I started growing, it was like, oh my heck, yes. I'm thinking we could probably use one of our other stamps, like right here. Oh, I love it. These stamps are phenomenal. I love them. Like, I'm so surprised at the quality of the detail. And I have even colored these with my Copics. So just keep that in mind, that you can color your stamps as well. Okay, let's try to get something right there, and then we will cut these out and we'll show you how these look. I'm thinking I want to go back to this one and we'll pick something different, like something like kind of like this one right here. Am I in camera? I hope. Like I said, I'm starting to collect some Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous stamps, and I'm loving it. I only ever had one, so every time I make a sale in my Etsy shop or something, I can go ahead and afford to get another. Oh, I could make a couple of these. And so I've accumulated, I've got like 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 or 6. Oh, I love that. I'm going to make another one. Right up here. How are we doing for time? We doing okay? About 30 minutes. Okay, now these obviously I do not need to, use the tea dye because it's probably not going to make any difference on them at all. Yeah, because they're already kind of a cream color, so I'm going to just kind of skip that part. I am going to go ahead and cut them out, and I'll do that off camera, and I'll come back, and then we'll distress the edges, and we'll see how they look. Okay, I'm back, and I've got the butterflies cut out, and I got these little 2 pieces cut out, and I was wondering, I didn't try it. I thought I would come back and try it with you here. The shape of these, there's a kind of a circular or arc on the edges, and I thought, what if I could take my punch and maybe punch those edges? Let me just... Oh, I kind of like that. This punch is tremendously old, and it doesn't even have the spring anymore. So I have to pull it. I'm going to have to trim it. But anyways, this does work. I suppose if I used my crocodile, I'd get a better curve. I don't know. Okay. I think I'm going to make the edges just a hair smaller. That works. And then it'll accentuate those little arcs a little bit better. Yep, I think I like it. So I'm going to do the same to this one, but I think I'm going to try using my scissors. Yep, that works as well. Just because they're so small, if they were bigger, I think I would probably use the punch would be better, but they're small. So even though I'm not good at cutting circles or arcs, I can do that small. Okay, so we've got those. So then I'm going to go ahead and sit down, and we will distress these and see how they came out. I did notice that the design that was underneath doesn't show up real well. Once you cut them out, you're cutting all the design off. But that's okay. I think they're cute. And I cut the antennae off of these just about any butterflies that I have. I think I bought Louisa Heinzel's moths as well. And I cut all the antennae off. And I have been using Barbara from 49 Dragonflies. I've been using her idea of, wadding up thread and putting it underneath them. And I love that idea. But then I noticed that Louisa is buys the what do you call them, that they're white, and I'm sure they have other colors, the stamens from flowers, the fake stamens, and she uses those as antennae. And I thought, oh my gosh, what a good idea. But I think when you buy them, you get on Amazon, you have to buy like hundreds or something. I don't know. I'll have to look into it, because that would be a really good idea as well. And honestly, I could just paint those, dip them in paint or whatever to darken them and use those. So I thought that would be a good idea as well. But for right now, we will either draw with our multi-liner or we will use thread. Love these. Love, love, love these. So those came out good. Let's see how these little ones come out. So cute. Oh my gosh, they are so cute. Okay. So let's see what we did just today. We just made these. I could go on for hours and do this, but I think you get the idea. So we've got some butterflies to add to our collection. I just got this little box out and was putting them in the box. So we've got our butterflies. We've got our, let me see if I can, there we go. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, so now you can see the butterflies up close. Aren't they cool? Love. Just your old cardstock. That's it. Scrap cardstock. I'm going to add those to my pile. There's one right there. And look at these little ones. They're so cute. Love them. And they'll go in here. And then we have all of these as well. And remember that if you bend it a little, cardstock, and then distress it, look what you get. You get this, let me see if it'll focus. I mean, you really get a distressed look here. Am I focused? Let's see, no, not there, not there, not there. Maybe that far away it's focused. Okay. Anyways, I love these. These came out really cute. Put them all in my hand here so you can see them. I'm trying to look down through the camera. This is so funny. To get them all on my hand so you can see them. But look how cute. And they will be so good for page edges and that. So I think I'm going to continue to make these. Use up a lot more of my scraps. I mean, I have so many scraps. This is such a good idea. Use a lot of different stamps. Like I said, I could use these stamps here, like this. Could use these. And fill up my box. And then when we come, then we can do a video on clusters or whatever, how to make clusters with these, using these. I'm so excited. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you try this and see how easy it is. You don't need a lot of supplies. And actually, everything that I didn't even use any of the other stamps. Excuse me, I used the butterfly and this curator. That was it. That was all the stamps that I used. Used tea dye, distress ink, vintage photo, and my sander. Anyways, thank you to my subscribers, always past, present, and future. Just know that I appreciate you all so much. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell if you want to get notified when I upload new content, and please share the video and bring more people to our community and our channel. I really see this as our channel, not just mine. So anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.